Internet websites offer lots of different services, one of the most popular being online shopping. When you explore an online shopping website, navigating through pages, choosing different product categories, or comparing products, you are interacting with the front end of a website. Let us see how the front end of a website is developed by front end developers. For this, we need to understand how a website is made. To create a website, web developers usually use hypertext markup language, HTML, cascading style sheets, CSS, and JavaScript. These languages are designed to work in conjunction with each other. HTML is used to create the physical structure of a website. The physical structure contains elements such as text, links, images and videos, page dividers, and buttons. The HTML code ensures a proper formatting of all text and image elements so that browsers display the page consistently. The backend developer codes the structure of the website. A website is like a house which has only been constructed. Just like we need interior designers to add style to a space, we need front-end developers to add the necessary glamour and appeal to a website. When you order products from any website, you realize that the pages have a pleasing font, attractive colors, and are easy to navigate. Developers use CSS to create stylish websites. CSS provides front-end developers with a standard method to define, apply, and manage different sets of style characteristics for a website and each of its components. CSS ensures uniformity in look and feel, style, colors, fonts, designs, and layouts. So, HTML is used to create the structure, and CSS is used to design it and make it appealing. CSS is also used to create websites that have cross-browser compatibility, which means that they are compatible with multiple browsers and multiple devices, such as PC, mobile devices, iPads, etc. Online shopping websites are intuitive, interactive, and quick to load. This is where JavaScript comes into the picture. JavaScript is an object-oriented programming language that is used in conjunction with HTML and CSS to add interactivity to a website. For example, you use HTML to add a login button to a page and CSS to style that button. Then you use JavaScript to add login functionality to that button. A new front-end development language is Syntactically Awesome Style Sheets, SASS, called Sass. It is an extension of CSS that is compatible with all versions of CSS. Sass enables you to use things like variables, nested rules, and inline imports to keep things organized. Sass allows you to create style sheets faster and more easily. Another language that is being used now is Learner Style Sheets, LESS, or LESS. LESS enhances CSS, adding more styles and functions. It is backwards compatible with CSS. LESS.js is a JavaScript tool that converts the LESS styles to CSS styles. Using all these languages, websites are designed as reactive and responsive. Reactive, or adaptive websites, display the version of the website designed for a specific screen size. For example, a website can provide more information if opened on a PC than when opened on a mobile device. Responsive design of a website means that it will automatically resize to the device it is being accessed from. For example, if you open up a product's website on your mobile device, it will adapt itself to the small size of the screen and still show you all the features. A JavaScript framework is an application framework that is written in JavaScript. Programmers can manipulate the different functions, use them wherever required, and can create device-responsive applications. A few examples of several frameworks being used are Angular Framework, an open-source framework being maintained by Google. Angular frameworks allow websites to render the HTML pages quickly and efficiently. It has built-in tools for routing and form validation. React.js has been developed and maintained by Facebook. It is a JavaScript library that builds and renders components for a web page. It is not a complete suite of tools. For example, routing is not a part of this framework and will need to be added using a third-party tool. React.js only helps build and drop components into a page. Vue.js is maintained by the community, and its main focus is the view layer, which includes user interface, buttons, and visual components. It is flexible, scalable, and integrates well with other frameworks. It is very adaptable. It can be a library or it can be the framework. The task of a front-end developer evolves continuously. The technologies are upgraded constantly, and so front-end developers need to keep upgrading the websites that they create. The websites that they create should work in multiple browsers, multiple operating systems, and multiple devices. Front-end developer creates websites and cloud applications using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to create what the user sees and interacts with in the client software. A back-end developer creates and manages all the resources that are needed to respond to the requests that the user makes through the client. The back-end developer's tasks focus on enabling the server infrastructure, or back-end, to process requests, supply data, and provide other services securely. Front-end and back-end developers must work together very closely. Each needs to understand the requirements of the solution and how their respective parts will interact before the development process can begin. Throughout the lifecycle of the website or cloud app, front-end and back-end developers collaborate to resolve issues and add functionality. How does the work of a back-end developer affect you as you are browsing the internet or using a cloud app? Think about it like this. When you're shopping online, what happens to the data you enter? Your login information, your product searches, your payment info. The back-end processes all of these things, and the back-end developers write and maintain the parts of the application that process the inputs. Let's think about your experience as you explore an online shopping site and make a purchase. As you search for products, your search request is submitted to a web application, which then retrieves the data from a separate database and serves it back to the client for display. To facilitate this, a back-end developer must understand the language that the web application uses, how to query the database for the correct data, and how to bring the two together. Even a simple task like navigating around the site can require the skills of a back-end developer. Many sites have restricted areas that are only available to users who have an account and have logged in. User account management, authentication, and authorization can be the responsibility of the back-end developer too. Once you've decided what you want to purchase, you must add it to your cart and make a payment. The purchase process requires you to submit sensitive information, such as your address and credit card number, and the back-end developer must ensure that this data is securely handled and stored. Front-end client interactions, whether a request for data like an image, accepting input from a user filling out a form, or securing sensitive information like a credit card number, all require different services from the back-end server. Each request needs to interact with the back-end in a different way. Back-end developers use APIs, routes, and endpoints to process incoming requests. An API is code that works with data, usually using JSON or XML. APIs have set rules and structure. A route is a path to a website or page that the user interacts with. Routes generally take user input and show results based on the input. An endpoint may be an API or may simply be a path. When a request from the front end arrives at the back end, it is routed to the correct service. If the back end has an endpoint defined for the request by using routing, the request will be addressed and replied to. If the endpoint is missing, the server returns a 404 error. Back-end developers must create and maintain this server-side routing. Along with back-end APIs, Routes effectively allow the front-end client to plug into the correct socket at the back end. APIs provide a mechanism for cloud apps, mobile apps, and other types of software to access resources from the back end. To perform all this back-end development, you will need to be familiar with at least one back-end language and its associated frameworks. Among the most popular languages today is JavaScript, which was originally designed to run in web browsers, adding extra interactivity and dynamic content to web pages. JavaScript is also being used on the back end, with new releases adding server-side functionality. JavaScript has many frameworks, but two of the most well-known are Node.js and Express. Python is another popular language. It's very flexible and easy to learn. Python has wide functionality. It can be used for everything from creating web pages to connecting to a database to performing data analysis. Two well-known Python frameworks are Django and Flask. Back-end developers often work with data and databases, so you will also benefit from learning some SQL. To help handle requests from databases, back-end developers can use Object Relational Mapping Tools, or ORM, to connect to the databases and retrieve the correct data. Although an ORM can hide some of the complexity of querying databases, it's useful to understand the fundamentals of databases so that you can troubleshoot any issues that arise. The day-to-day tasks of a back-end developer focus on the behind-the-scenes functionality that keeps websites, cloud apps, and mobile apps up and running. Back-end development covers a wide range of technologies, from managing user accounts, authentication, and authorization, to ensuring that sensitive data is stored and transferred securely. Back-end developers also work with databases, retrieving, processing, and storing data as required. Life for a back-end developer is varied, challenging, and ever-changing.